the important part about that story is that it didn't start. The story doesn't start that night. For months and months and months, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, had been wrapping his head in the ropes night after night after night, and the referee would try to pull the ropes apart a little bit, and every night he would go through, and his ears would get nicked little by little by little. So by the time we got to Munich, Germany, he was taping his ears down because they were already partly severed. So in this particular night, the ropes were extra tight. Didier Guet from France was the referee, didn't speak English, we didn't speak French, and he didn't know what this spot was and what he was supposed to do. I don't know that he would have been able to pull the ropes apart because the first match that night, I think it was Too Cold Scorpio, the ring ropes were floppy. So he came back and said to Flair, who was in charge that night, he said, you better get those guys to tighten the ropes. When they tightened the ropes, they over-tightened them so that when Mick Foley's head went in and he went over and the ropes tangled, it was extra tight. But that's not when his ear came off. I mean, but it severed it a little bit more so that once he entered the ring and Vader took a shot at him and his head went back and then the ear came off.
Wow.
Yeah, it was surreal. I mean, it was you don't know what you would do in such a situation until it happens or unless it happens. If Johnny were to say to me, hey, Gary, here's a human ear. Would you hold it in your hand? I'd run away from you. I'd tell you you're crazy. But in the spur of the moment, I knew that for there to be any possibility for medical professionals to reattach his ear, the ear had to go on ice. I never would leave ringside, but I did that night.
Yeah. And
to try to find the doctor who would have the ice. And the first person I ran into when I got back there was Flair, who said, what are you doing back here? And I said, and it was very dark and you couldn't, and my hand was extended. And I said to him, Rick, I've got Cactus's ear in my hand. He said, what? Incredible. I said, I've got Cactus. I didn't call him Mick at the time. It's Cactus. I have Cactus's ear in my hand. He said, are you all right? I said, I took him by the arm and I pulled him under a downlight. And he looked down and he said, damn, that's a human ear. He said, yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you. And then the guys came out from one of the dressing rooms. I remember Sting, he was amazed at this. And I said, guys, this is all good. This is all fun and good, but I need to go find the ice. And then I need to get back out there. And Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, continued the match. He just had a hole in the side of his head and he just continued the match. And the match ended before I got back out to the ring. And as it was it's a sports hall, it was a big round building. And as I'm making my way in the back hallway around, here comes Foley from the ring with his hand over the side of his head. And as we're passing, I said to him, are you okay? And he was stunned. And he just said, bang, bang, I lost my ear. Honest to God. He said
what a story.